Hi there, it's John Mansell, exboozehound. Hope you're well. I was going to just do a quick vlog today, and I was just going to call it apprehensive. And for one reason or another, I've decided to call it you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. The apprehension that I was going to talk about is after in August a 3-4 week period of real low. I've had a 2-3-4 week period of feeling well, and last night I noticed that I was starting to get negative, intrusive thoughts again. But the fact that I noticed that and I can try and do something about it is a good thing. The apprehension is today I've started a reduction in the current medication that I'm on. And unfortunately, I think by mistake, I may have forgotten to take my medication yesterday. And the reason I say I may have forgotten to take it is last night and today I've been having sort of what feels like sort of electrical pulses going through your body and through my mind, which is I know is an indication that possibly I've not taken the medication. So this morning I felt a bit weird, a bit concerned about the intrusive thoughts last night, a bit concerned about the changing of medication, and this is not very often this happens at all, but I actually took a diazepam this morning to just keep me calm. Now, after the period, 3 or 4 week period in August where I was in a horrendous low period, I actually saw my psychiatrist on the 2nd of September, and this is where in order to make an omelette you have to break a few eggs, things starts to come in. One, I know I need to change the medication that I'm on for various reasons, but having had a few weeks of decent period, it then becomes difficult to actually action that change in medication, because as we all know, if you've been through medication changes before, it can be quite an unpleasant experience. But you know, in the light with that, it may well be that this reduction in medication and change in medication causes me some trouble. But as the title of the vlog says, in order to make an omelette you have to break a few eggs, you know. So in order to get to a better place, I may have to go through some difficult times to get there. So that's why that came in. But the other reason I decided to call whatever it is, I can't remember the exact words, about breaking eggs, is I actually saw my psychiatrist on the 2nd of September. And on that 2nd of September, I didn't see him, we had a phone consultation. And on that 2nd of September consultation, I decided that I wanted to change my medication. I decided that I wanted to change my medication back to what I was on before. And the reason I decided that is because I know the previous medication and I know how it affects me. I didn't want my psychiatrist to prescribe another medication because I didn't trust him. and the reason I didn't trust him is because the previous medication that he changed me to, it turns out that some of the symptoms that I was having on the previous medication, it's known that the new medication, venlafaxine, can cause those problems and some. Also, I discovered from my GP that the venlafaxine that the psychiatrist put me on shouldn't be used in conjunction with another medication that I use on a semi-regular basis. That's that. So I don't like moaning about my psychiatrist, but again, it may well be there's other people out there now that have experienced the same thing, and it just goes to show that yes, you got to put your trust in the professionals, but also you need to ask some questions yourself. So on the 2nd of September, it was decided I was going to have a change of medication and a phone consultation, and also I was going to have a temporary increase in diazepam because at the time I was struggling. Now, when you have a face-to-face consultation, the psychiatrist will write you a temporary prescription, which you obviously can get filled out immediately, and you can start those changes straight away. But because it was a telephone consultation, the psychiatrist was obviously going to have to write to my GP. And my GP, when I've had medication changes, 9 times out of 10, that doesn't get updated unless I actually phone them and talk to them about it. 2 weeks after the 2nd of September telephone conversation, I checked my online app and the changes still hadn't been made. I contacted Halesview, which is where I go for my mental health consultations. And they told me they wrote to my GP on the 3rd of September, the day after the telephone consultation. It was now the 16th, so 2 weeks after the consultation and 13 days after my psychiatrist wrote to my GP, the changes still hadn't been updated on my system. A couple of days later, they did make some changes, but not all the changes that they should have done. And I believe the only reason those changes had had happened is because I'd contacted Halesview and Halesview had emailed the GP. This isn't good enough. So my apprehension now, as with regard to the change of medication, has built and built and built because of the breakdown in communication that happens 9 times out of 10 between my psychiatrist, i.e. secondary care, and my GP, i.e. primary care. Again, I don't really like moaning like I am now, but it may well be somebody else watching this now is going through the same thing. Now the point is, I'm able to fight my own corner and make the telephone calls and make sure that the changes happen. There's an awful lot of people out there that aren't. So hopefully some people from secondary care and primary care, maybe the CCG, may watch this vlog, and maybe an idea to look into why there's such a breakdown between communications between my secondary care and my primary care providers. Anyway, so I think that will do for now. I'm going into a period of unknown. And what I'm trying not to do is preempt the negativity of the change of medication. I'm trying to take it a day at a time, but it hasn't been helped by the breakdown of communication between my providers. And I would guess that there's an awful lot of you out there that have the same situations happen for you as well. My next vlog will be a very short one. I have actually published something called the A to Z Guide of Navigating Mental Illness, Addiction and Associated Issues. I'm just got a couple of other things to check before I publicise and promote that book / guide. So you'll be hearing from me very soon. Enjoy the good and ride out the bad, and I'll catch you all soon. Much here you go.